Today I'm going to show you how to make chunky apple cake. It's really easy, and the first thing you need to do is preheat your oven to 160 degrees fan. I'm going to talk you through the ingredients, and I'm going to be making this today with a hand mixer. And I wanted to use a hand mixer just to prove to you that you can use a hand mixer and you don't always need to use a stand mixer. So the things you're going to need are eggs, walnuts, brown sugar, white sugar, Granny Smith apples, self-raising flour, vanilla bean paste or vanilla extract, butter cubed, milk, and then in this little one here I've got three things. I've got an eighth of a teaspoon of salt, about a quarter of a teaspoon of baking powder and about half a teaspoon of nutmeg. So to start, we're going to cream together the butter and the sugar. Start on a slow speed and then work your way up. Now we're going to add our eggs one at a time and mix that in. Now we're going to add our dry ingredients. So sift in your flour, nutmeg, baking powder and salt. We're just going to sift in half now and add half the milk and then do the other half. So that's half the dry mixture added in, and I'm just going to add in my vanilla bean paste. You don't need to use vanilla bean paste, you could quite easily use vanilla extract. Just add about a tablespoon, a table and a half, depending on how strong it is and how much you like the taste. We do the last bit by hand because we don't want to overmix things. And I'm going to add my walnuts. I toasted them in the oven, about 6 or 7 minutes should do it, and then crushed them. That is the mixture. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to get my prepared tin. I'm going to put the contents of this bowl in and then add the contents of that bowl, which are the apples. This is an 8-inch spring-form tin. So what you do to prepare the tin is you put paper around the sides, and you'll notice that I've folded it and put these little flaps in, and that means that none of the batter can escape. And what I've also done is those little flaps, I've just put a little bit of butter on them, a little bit of butter there, so that the disc that we're going to put in the middle can stick to it. Okay. There it is, done. So we're going to put the batter in there. This is not an upside down cake. The cake's out of the oven. It took an hour and 5 minutes. And what you do next, this is 2 tablespoons of water and 1 tablespoon of sugar. Put in the microwave for 30 seconds to dissolve the sugar. And what that's going to do is soften the top. Obviously, if you want a crunchier top, then you could absolutely leave it. But we're just going to add this now. We're adding icing anyway later. But just do this while it's hot and it soaks in better. Right, we're going to leave this for half an hour to an hour to cool down, and then I'm going to put some icing on. The cake's pretty much cool now, so all we're going to do is make the icing. And to do that, you're going to take about 4 heaped tablespoons of icing sugar. Okay, to that we're going to add, this is the juice of half a lemon and a tablespoon of water. The pips are in there, which is why I'm going to strain it. And you're not going to add all of it, you're just going to add maybe a tablespoon and start mixing. You want it to be a nice smooth consistency, pouring consistency, but don't add too much of the water lemon juice, because if you do, you're going to have to add some icing sugar to thicken it up in the end. There we go. That's it. Just allow it to cool and take it from the springform pan. Make sure that you keep it in an airtight container and it'll last for 3 to 4 days.